Okay, so I think we are also live on Instagram. So we need to share to I need to share it to the groups. I want to share it to Facebook groups. So can you see anyone online?
No.
Because we are already live now.
Okay, no, I can't. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
So Dara, we need to start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you are ready. It's going to be, trust me, it's going to be explosive and you are ready to learn and learn and unlearn and relearn.
Mhm.
Okay, can we just get a hi in the comment section if you are there? Let's just see you. Say hi from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube. Just say hi. Just give us thumbs up or say hi. Let us see you. Yes, I can see. Let's get more highs. Let's.
Okay, so please help us share the link to your page so that your friends can also join in, invite people. We will be starting the discussion in another 2 minutes so that we just give more people the opportunity to join. So if you have joined, help us share, and call people, let them know we are live. Help us invite your friends. Say hi to us now. I can see some people here on Instagram. Mm, okay, so 1 minute to go.
Yes.
Okay. Dara, have you shared your own Have you shared to your own page?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay, so Dara, let's start.
Okay.
Aha. Oh, so this is good afternoon from here, and good evening to you from wherever you are. Today we have this live session that we will be discussing something very, very important, especially as it affects singles. The subject is how to do your homework before saying I do. So, meaning that as a single person, you are getting interest from potential partners, and before you settle down to say, yes, I found Mr. Right or Miss Right, what are the things you are supposed to do to really know the person you want to settle down with, or to understand what baggages they are carrying, to understand what skeletons may be in their cupboards, and to just make sure that you are not flying blind. Marriage itself is very risky. And before you venture into it, it's just like somebody who wants to drive a car. One of the safety precautions we'll take as somebody that drives, or when you're sitting in front, is that we use our seatbelt. We use our seatbelts. And once you sit in the car, you just fasten your seatbelt. Why do you fasten your seatbelt? You use your seatbelt because it's not that you are saying, oh, I'm going to have an accident today. No, it's just that you use it in case there is an accident, then you are protected. Somebody else may say that I drove yesterday. In fact, in the last 1 month, I've been driving and I did not use my seatbelt and no accident happened. Okay, you have been lucky, no accident happened. But that wouldn't be a reason why we would tell people not to still use their seatbelt. So, in this life, some people will take certain risk and it will work for them. They won't have an accident. But should everybody now start taking the same risk and say, because my cousin drove without using seatbelt and is still alive, what if the day you choose not to use seatbelt is the day somebody rams into you? So, doing your due diligence, doing your homework is like you making sure that you fasten your seatbelt very well for that ride, because anything can happen. So, that's what we want to look at today. And we'll be taking this case study using Sharon Oja's wedding and all the stories and all the many things that people have been talking about. Oh, why did she do this? She should have done this. Da, 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 da. So that's why we are here. And I say welcome to you all. So if you are just joining us, say hi to us so we know you are there. You may even tell us where you are joining from. And also help us share this on your page so that your friends too can see it. Thank you and welcome. So Dara, over to you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, once again. It's really good to be here, you know. I really love that analogy of using the seatbelt when you're in a car, you know, it's really perfect because the truth is that sometimes people do things and we get lucky and we feel like, oh, I know how to do it, you know, I don't have to go through the proper way, you know, I can always get away with it, but then you never can tell. So you know, when I personally I would like to start with I'd like to start with a story of someone very close to me, someone that's very, very that like very, very close to me. So yeah, it's not a story that I made up in my head. In short,
Mm,
I was still a teenager when this thing happened, and
mm,
it's something that I just can't forget. So the person was that she had done her introduction and
mhm,
we were preparing for the wedding and all of that. And then the person that she was going to get married to was living in Port Harcourt and she was in another city.
mhm,
So I mean the relationship was going on well. The guy said, oh, is this, he works in one big company, was everything was going on well. Until one day that
mhm,
the brother of the lady said, okay, you know what? It just felt like, let me just investigate. Let me even, okay, so this guy, yes, we've met him, we've done introduction, but something just prompted him and he just felt like, let me get to know more about this guy. So
mm,
he left where he was and he went down to Port Harcourt. He
mm,
didn't even tell the sister, right? And then he got there and then when he now got there, now called the sister that, oh, I'm in Port Harcourt and I came to do some things, but I will not be able to go back to this. So can I just spend the night at your guy's place? She
mhm,
was like, why not? Please, please, it's fine. Let me call him. You'll be so happy. Lo and behold, she called the guy and immediately she told the guy that this. The guy said, oh, okay, no problem. The guy switched off his phone. She just noticed that she could not reach him again. She
mhm,
called and called and called. The brother called and called. They could not reach him. Thankfully, she has his home address. But he has
mm,
sent it to her before when they were chatting or at one point or the other. So she just said, you know what, I don't know, maybe his phone has issues but I don't know what is going on. But just take the home address and order a ride and just so he
mm,
ordered a ride and the ride took him to the address. When he got there, he knocked and knocked and knocked on the door. He
mhm,
was there for like hours. Nobody answered. So he now saw a neighbor. A neighbor came out and said, sir, engaged with him. What are you looking for? He said, I'm looking for so person. I'm from this place. I don't really have anywhere to pass the night. So luckily the neighbor now said, oh, okay, just come and stay in our place, for a while. So he got talking with the neighbor, and then the neighbor, when he was not asking the neighbor questions about the guy, the neighbor was now saying, like, apparently, who the guy painted himself, he was another person entirely. Number one, he didn't even have that degree that he said he has. He wasn't working with that company. He womanizes, like he brings different ladies home every week. And that is how she would have walked into that trap because they were not living in the same city. She would have walked into that trap without knowing.
mhm.
So they had to call up the whole wedding and everything. So I mean, this is something that we can't just turn a blind eye to it and say, oh, it does not matter, and say, oh no, it has gotten to that point where we really have to do our own work before just going right ahead. Yes. So
Thank you so much for sharing that story. I mean, all we can say is that God delivered that your person. I mean, she dodged a big
yes.
bullet by somebody traveling down to that city to really see for themselves. So now,
Yes.
today, mm, I want us to look at this. People said Sharon Oja married a man that had been 3 times previously divorced. How can
Mm,
you say it's not good? Why should you go and marry a man that has been three times previously divorced? So the question is that multiple divorces, is it a red flag? If a
mm,
single man or a single woman meets a potential spouse that has had multiple divorces, is that something that should make somebody run away and say, no, I won't do this? Or one should do it? What do you think?
mm. Well, personally, I mean, there is no right or wrong. Like there's no yes. It's not a yes or no answer.
Mm,
So there's no yes or no answer to the question. It depends because we might say that, oh, maybe the guy didn't just, he was not lucky in his first 2, 3 marriages, and the thing went south, okay. But the question would be, did they so because my this is my thought pattern, right? This is my thought about it.
Mm.
What happened in those 2 or 3 marriages? Because personally speaking, I believe that it takes two. It
Yeah.
takes two to tango. Like it takes two people to make marriage work.
Mm-hmm.
So if one person, is it that person think that, oh, is the fault of all the women I've married, oh, they are just bad people? Or if it's a guy now, the guy would say, or if it's a woman now, the woman say, I've just been in a bad relationship, I've just never gotten lucky with relationship. When it comes to relationship, I'm just always getting hooked up with the wrong person. That in itself is a green, like it's a red light. It's flashing like this. Is a big red light, because that means that something is wrong somewhere. So the question would be, what happened? Have they spoken about it? Does the person understand what led to that point? So for instance, somebody might even have made mistakes in his first 2 relationships, or and the person has come to a point and to say, I've not been right, I've made this mistake. These are the things I didn't do well. These are the things I do well. These are the things I could have done better. I could have made a better. I mean, we had this lady, Siwa, say recently that, if she had, if she could take the hands of time back, she would not have left her marriage. So she had come to that point where she realized, but then it's too late to go back. So maybe it's someone like that that has realized that, oh, if I could have, I would have made a better decision. No, that is different. You can see that, okay, this person didn't know any better, but now the person knows better. But then I would say that even though the person says, oh, no matter the story and the things that the person says, still very important to find out, especially when the person has had such history. It's not, you have to go the extra mile. You have to go the extra mile to be sure that the person has really changed and the person is now genuine, or that whatever happens, will not repeat itself again. So you need proofs. You need to look for people that knows the person. Like it's just a lot, really. It's a lot.
In short, that's exactly, I mean, how I see it also. So because somebody has had multiple marriages is not a death sentence. We know that. So we
Yes.
cannot say, oh, you have married 3 times, you don't deserve marriage again. And no. It's not a death sentence. But at the same time, when we tell somebody, a single person, to say, do your due diligence, so then for somebody that has been 3 times married before, you are doing your due diligence raised to power 3.
Exactly.
You are going to do, it's not going to just be a normal due diligence that other singles will do. Your own, you have to go the extra length. Because truth be told, why is it that it is this person that has been unfortunate, picking the wrong type of spouses 3 good times?
Exactly.
So what is it in him or in her that is leading him or her towards wrong people, if indeed the spouses were the wrong people? We can also look at it and say, you are the only constant person in those 3 relationships. It is more likely that we will say it is you, Gongo, that we need to look at very well, that 3 times failed. So we are not saying that you should not go into a relationship with people with multiple divorces, but you will go an extra length in really investigating what happened in all of those instances.
Exactly.
Now, when we say what happened, who are you asking? The person you want to ask is this partner, and you know that the partner can always tell you any story. So how are you going to verify the story? So what do you think? Some people would say, oh, you need to look for those previous partners and go and ask them what happened. Do you think that will work?
I really don't, because don't also, there is also a possibility that, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody says the version of the story that you know, they say it according to how they see it. So for instance, if the person is still hurt, of course the person will tell you, he's a terrible person, or even if the person is not a terrible person, quote and unquote. So if the person can, you know, get, but I won't really say it has to be that former partner, because I mean, it can give the person some insight, but also the person should also be prepared that this person might say the story or might say the things in another light. So there's two possibilities to that.
Yeah, because if you want to depend on the partners, these potential partner stories, it may not give you the accurate picture, and
Yes,
you may not have access to those previous spouses. And even if you have access to
exactly.
them, they may not be interested in talking to you. If they're interested in talking to you, they may not tell you the full picture, the true story. So what are the practical things, steps that somebody finding themselves in that situation can do? Number one, if you meet somebody, the person said, oh, I'm divorced. Okay, fine. Divorce. Do you have your divorce papers? You need to ask, because there are so many people parading themselves as divorced, but they are not.
And
They
they
are
are not.
separated.
Yes,
They will say, "Oh, I've been working on it. The lawyer said. The lawyer said." Hmm. Until you see the divorce papers, then that is when they are actually divorced. So in the divorce paper, sometimes they put the cause of divorce there. But
mm,
that cause of divorce may not even tell you so much, because they may just say irreconcilable differences or whatever. But whatever it is that you find there, it can be an opener to having conversations around this topic. So if they said, oh, irreconcilable differences, Oga, so tell me now, what was this irreconcilable difference? What really happened? Like, how since when did you guys realize that you had irreconcilable differences? And when you saw those irreconcilable differences, did you try to manage it? And then what brought it to a head that they said, no, 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 we won't do this again? So you may be lucky if the person is talking, telling you the stories. You can see if there have been discrepancies, in what the person has told you before. That can be a pointer to you digging deeper to ask more questions. Or if the person is evasive, the person is just saying, well, that marriage traumatized me. It really traumatized me. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. He doesn't want to talk about it. Then that is something that should make you want to say, hey, why are you not talking? If you are still traumatized, that means you are not healed. That means not
exactly.
somebody that is good for you to go and settle down with. Somebody that is still so hurt, so pained by a previous divorce. So,
Antibiotics, let me even cut you, ma. Sorry,
uh,
ma. I even think that this thing that you are saying is not even just about people that are divorced alone. People that have also let one relationship, you know, they've been out of a relationship recently, and then they are trying to get into another relationship, and you are asking them, and they are saying, I don't want to talk about why, because it can also be a pointer that something is still there is something that that person is not has not dealt with.
mhm.
So yes, ma, please go
Yeah,
ahead, ma.
yeah. So I will link this one that you said now to another issue that people were talking about, Sharon's case. And that is the issue of, oh, the man, the last marriage was conducted December of 2022. And then the divorce happened December 2023. And then by June 2024, he's married again. So if that account is true, because we don't have the facts. It's just, what is flying around on the internet. If indeed that is true, then you want to wonder, if a relationship ended 6 months ago and then the man is married 6 months after, that is a big red flag. Why? There is what we call relationship on rebound. That is,
Yes.
a relationship just ended. And in the twinkle of an eye, like this, you just found somebody else, and you feel that this person is going to be a comforter. Your heart is broken, there's somebody showing you love, you just latch onto that person, and then you say, oh, this is the person, I found the person. See, when you are hurt, when you are in pain, it's not a good time to decide on who to marry, because your emotions will be driving it. Imagine that when you're hurting and
Exactly.
crying, somebody is just showing you all the love, all the care, all the attention. You say, ah, this is it. This is the kind of person I want. Ah, this person gets me. And you will now ignore all the other things that on a good day you should be looking at, you should be considering before deciding who to marry. You just say, oh, prayer has been answered because your pastor prophesied and say within the next 6 months, your marital testimony will come. And you just say, papa, within 6 months, you met somebody, 2 months into the relationship, you are engaged, 2 months after, you are married, and you are sharing testimony up and down. That is a risky
Mm.
testimony. It is risky. Remember the seatbelt analogy. We are not, some people can come and say, yes, that was what I did and I am happily married. Fantastic. It is possible. But it is not to be encouraged, because it is like you driving your car without using your seatbelt. You are taking too much risk. So do not do relationship on rebound. Don't go into a relationship when you are just stepping out of one. It is very, very risky. So before we went that line, so I think I was talking about what are the things that
You can do.
you can do in practical terms. So I said, ask for the
Yes.
divorce paper, look at the divorce paper, look at what is the reason, have conversation, let there be an explanation. If the person says, oh, I don't want to talk about it, that is a huge red flag. The person must talk about it, or the person must go and find healing so that he can be able to talk about it. So what are the other things you can do? You see, some people like to hide their relationship. They are
They
dating
are
some.
private.
Yes, they will say that, oh, I'm a very private person. I don't like
Mm.
affairs outside. I don't want anybody in my business, which is good. Eh? Your relationship can be private, but it should not be a secret.
Exactly.
It should not be a secret, though, because if somebody is saying, let's keep this between the two of us, just let's keep it between the two of us. I am wondering, why should we keep it between the two of us? Is it that there's somebody else that you don't want the person to
Mm.
know? We cannot keep this one between the two of us. So we can be private, but it will not be a secret. Don't go
Exactly.
into a relationship that person is asking for secrecy. You know what they say? Thrive in secrecy, sin, and all manner of bad things. It thrives inside secrecy. So the person is saying, let's make it. Let's just talk about it. Red flag. So,
Mm.
what are the online searches? How can you go and this doing your assignment, do your due diligence? How can you do it online?
Mm.
So Dara, what do you think? What so there is a single out there now that is listening to us, and the person is saying, okay, I need to research this person very well. So let's talk about the online research. How do we do that?
How do we do the online?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for me, I would say, we all know everybody's on social media. So you are now dating someone, and the person say, I'm not on any social media platform. Oh. Facebook, Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, LinkedIn,
You're not.
Snapchat, like all the YouTube, all the social media, there is none. Wow. The person is just like, no, I just don't want, I'm just a very personal person. My dear, something is wrong. That is the first place to know that something is this person is hiding something. And I think another thing that can also work is, so for instance, if the person is on The person might say, okay, I'm on Facebook or I'm on Instagram. You want to see the person's social media presence. You want to see the kind of things they post. You want to see the kind of, comments. You want to read. You want to read their comments on social media. You want to see how people interact with them, the kind of things they give attention to their friends, on social media. For instance, I know of a friend that was dating a guy. The guy is, a Christian brother and all of that. And then she found out that, so we're talking one day, and I said, and she just said that she has one issue. I was like, okay, what's that? And then she showed me the guy's social media account. A lot of people that the guy follows, they are women that usually they are either half naked, or they are the ones that will be showing their bum bum, or like almost like half. Those are half of his followers that he engages with on social media every day. So I said, well, I think first, before you jump into conclusion, you need to talk about it. Ask him, if he does not now answer, we now know that, okay, there is problem. Ask him. And also, she's a person of faith. So I said, you to pray about it, pray about it and ask him. Make sure that you talk. No matter how, even if he tries to avoid it, you need to talk about it, because that is a pointer that something is wrong. Because if all the people he's following on social media, all people that are following him are people with bum bum outside and breast outside, then there is problem somewhere. So that is also a possibility. I also think another thing that is also very important is friends. So for instance, if the person says that I went to this school, I finished from so set, it's easy to find it. You can just go online. For instance, if somebody tells me that I finished from Ife now, I didn't go to Ife. But I'm sure that if I sit down and I look at my contacts and I look at, I have met someone that went to Ife at one point or the other, and I've had conversations with them, or I might not even know somebody that went to, but I know somebody that knows somebody that went to Ife. These days that you just put something on your WhatsApp session and say, please, do you know anybody that went to school? And you see people come to your DM and say, oh, I know somebody, what do you want? Those are the ways so you want to ask questions, you want to search for those people, because this world now is not is not what it a lot of, people are, my God, people are just a lot is going on, especially with relationship. People get married and they realize that this was not who they thought the person was. So
yes,
for me,
thank you. So they should go online, look for the person. If the person, if you say, oh, I was looking for you on Facebook or on LinkedIn, I didn't see you, the person can say, oh, I'm not using my full name, I'm using a pseudonym. Okay, there are some people that hide their name, that's why you didn't find them. The person will tell you, oh, this is my name on social media, you find. There are some people for legit, they are not on social media, and that doesn't mean that they are criminals, it doesn't mean that they are hiding something, but we just want to know why. I'm not. Oh, you are absolutely. You are anti-social media. Just let me understand why. If the explanation the person is giving you gives you enough comfort, then you will carry your research offline. So that does not get the person off the hook to say, oh, then that's all. No. We say you will do online and offline research. So the online, that is not yielding much, but the offline must definitely yield something. So online too, part of the things you can do is to make sure that so if you say you are not on social media, but at least you will be able to tell me where you work. Somebody is telling you they work in Ojo and Ajayi company. Ojo and Ajayi company does not have presence online. And this person is claiming is telling you one big position. Abi? If the person is telling you one big position in a fictitious company, at least you catch that, okay, the company is fictitious. If the person is telling you about a real company, so the person says, I work with KPMG, but I'm not on social media. So you work in KPMG and you are even not on LinkedIn. That will be very hard. Okay. So when did you start working in KPMG? Oh, you joined them in so and so and so and so. Me, I will go to town. Anybody know somebody that works in KPMG? Hey, then I will ask, if I find somebody that works in KPMG, oh, do you know this person? So I was looking for you on online on LinkedIn, because if you work in KPMG, you're a serious career person. You have a LinkedIn profile and you don't have. I go and look for somebody and then ask my questions. Please, singles, do not be afraid to ask questions. I have heard some people, they will fight the person that is asking questions. I say, why are you snooping? Why are you snooping? Is it that you don't trust me? You have trust issues. So, hey, sorry, it's not because I have trust issues. I am just doing my safety check. You know, safety checks. If you want to take a car on a road trip, they do safety checks. You check
Exactly.
the tire.
Yes. They even used to do these things in the olden days where the family will go and probe about the other family, you know.
Yeah.
It's just that this time around, everybody has just gotten used to this generation where nobody, you don't ask any question. If you ask question, they'll say you are judging.
You're
Any
judging.
little thing you are judging.
This is your life. For you want to,
Exactly.
you have to ask the question. You have to snoop. And if the person is not comfortable with you snooping, then that is another red flag. Because what is it that you're hiding that you don't want me to find? If your closet is clean, you don't have any skeleton there. If I like, let him be searching. You know that I can't find anything. But if you are angry with me for searching, then it's another red flag for you to be careful. So ask questions around. Do you know that there are situations where people will pretend and say, I have this qualification. I went to so and so, I have this degree, and they do not have any degree. They do not have any degree. So they will say, I'm in between jobs. I'm in between jobs. So you say, oh, my uncle said that you should bring your resume and everything, so that she can help you. This person will not bring resume because he knows that it is a lie, that all these things are not. You don't need to, I mean, education is good, but you may not have all this education and still be successful. So that's not to say you must have. But the thing is that you should not present yourself as whom you are not. Somebody should not enter one chance with you. Okay, so offline, some of the offline things, like the story you shared, the brother of the lady went to the town that this person was living to go and look for him in that house. That is offline research.
Yes.
Just go like a thief in the night. You know the person's address. The person is living in Jigawa. Just travel down, impromptu, unannounced, and check on the person. If the person say, oh, you don't trust me, so I have to check. Maybe the person is even married. He's even married. Okay, so what are the other issues that people were, bashing this lady about concerning her marriage? That, oh, why should you? Okay, so we've talked about you married somebody that has been 3 times divorced. You married in a short space of time. Okay, so what do you see? She said that the Holy Spirit, told her that this is her husband, and that she also just recently ended the relationship. Just recently ended the relationship, and then both of them recently ended. Just fast, they have married. I think we need to talk about the timing. You see, so when you enter into a relationship, until the time you marry? What is the healthy time frame to cut before going to finally say I do? What do you think?
Hmm. Well, for me, I'm not sure there is any
Time.
standard time out there. That maybe 2 years, maybe 3 months. But it's just, I mean, look at it. It's just, this thing is just something that you can even sit down and think about it yourself. So
Mm,
you've been in a relationship, you've invested 3 years, 4 years of your time in a relationship. You love the person, you had emotional connection with the person, and then all of a sudden everything goes south.
mm,
Is it that easy that you just carry your bag and just move to? I mean, it almost feels like you are saying that I mean, except if you were not really in that relationship, maybe you were just, there wasting your time, or you both knew that I beg, we are not. But if you were really there genuinely, you
mm,
would need time for you to heal. You will need time to sit down and analyze
mm,
and ask yourself questions that what went wrong? What did I do wrong? Were
mm,
there things that I noticed about this person that I didn't pay attention to?
mhm,
You want to do all of that. You want to find out if you even made the right decision in the first place. You want to actually, and all of those things, all of those reflections, it takes time. It's not something that just happens in a week or in a month or in 2 months. So it takes time if you really want to think about it or in that light. So
mm,
I don't think that, I mean, we can't really say that take 2 years, take 4 years. But I believe that when somebody deliberately says that I want to take my time so that I won't make another mistake, I want to take my time and reflect on my relationships in the past, or the relationship I've had in the past. What could I have done better, and all of that. And if a person really takes time, and even that taking time, cuts
mm,
across. For instance, if you have friends, right, that are close friends, that
mm,
maybe you guys were, you have a circle of friends that you go out together or you talk with and all of that, you can even call them and ask them questions. That because I realize that a lot of times people don't just talk.
mhm,
For instance, I was in a relationship before I got married. I was in a 3 years relationship before I got married. And recently I was talking with a friend when I was in school. And the guy just said something like, ah, we knew now, all of us knew that
so
that
they
that you were not supposed to be in that relationship. I'm like, so why did you tell me? They're like, they know they tell someone that kind of thing now. Do you understand? And nobody said anything. Everybody just kept quiet, and sorry, let's be praying for her, the Christians. So sometimes you need to, in the process of reflecting, in the process of even talking with people, asking questions, it takes time, except if the person just literally wants to jump from one place to another.
exactly. So time is always an asset when it comes to
Yes.
relationship. Time is an asset. So if you say I am in a hurry, I need to marry this year by fire by force, and then somebody just comes along and you just say, oh, fast, 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 let me go and do it. If you rush in, you are likely to rush out. You have waited this long. Waiting a couple of months to do your research, to do your due
Will
diligence, to
not
be
be.
sure it's not going to kill you. Oh. So that jumping out from one relationship and just pound into another one and rushing marriage, it is not healthy, it's not advisable. Remember, you need to use your seatbelt. Your seatbelt is to enhance your safety in the case of an accident. So if a marriage is going to have difficulty, at least try and make sure that you check very well before jumping in. Because if you jump in, your eye will soon clear, and then you are likely looking for a way to jump out. So I was just thinking about this when we said that some people are private, they don't want their business outside. So I hear couple will fight, about why did you put my picture on your DP? Why did you? So maybe I use WhatsApp status and I put my, I normally put my family picture there, when we snap picture. But you will see some people, they are in a relationship. Maybe they take a picture with the guy, and then the lady post it on her status, and the guy will come and fight and say, why did you put my picture there? What do you think about that?
Sincerely, I think it's a red flag for me. I mean, I don't. Maybe the guy can have an amazing excuse, but for me, if I'm dating somebody and I put the person's picture on my status, and the person says, "This is," I'm going to hold on to that thing. I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to dig deeper. We are still going to talk until I am fully satisfied and I'm convinced. I'm not going to back off. So, I mean, for me, I mean, I have a friend that recently, she was dating a guy, and then she said, so anytime they want to take a picture, the guy would turn his back. Yes. So I mean, she didn't know. I noticed she posted the first picture. It was the back. Second picture, the sides. Like the guy will find a way to do. And now brother. I said, Auntie, come here. What's going on? This brother, why is he always that every time you are taking picture, is it that is the back or the head or something? We shall not see his face. I said something is wrong. Go and find out. Something is wrong. Before she now started asking questions and doing her due diligence and all of that. So some people might not even catch it. They might just feel like, he does not like taking picture. He does not like taking pictures. It's not all the time. At least sometimes force him to take pictures or force her to take pictures. That's my take.
I agree absolutely, because you said you are not on social media. You have given your reason why you don't like, you are anti-social media. Me, I am not anti-social media. You are in a relationship with me. I should be able to post your picture. If I not post your picture, you're fighting me. If you are that single, that person is fighting you for posting their picture. Let your antenna like this, your suspicion. Let it be doing one. Danger. You need to go and search. Why? Why is it that the person does not want people to know that he or she is in a relationship?
Exactly.
There was a couple, they got married. When they did their pre-wedding shoot, the guy did not post the picture. They did wedding. On the wedding, his DP picture did not change. So even maybe how is it that is that the person has somebody's picture on the DPO? So it's not like, some people, they will never put any picture. Is no picture on their DP, or they will put a quote. They don't put picture. But this person is not like that though. The person has the picture
on his DP.
On his DP is himself and his colleagues in the office. He has that picture on the DP. So after when you did wedding, is it not the time that you just say, "Oh, I'm very
excited, you want to share?
Excited, let me change this DP." And then, so let us say he forgot, because the expectation was very high. I mean, Ojudi. Now the wife now said, "Please, so Oga, it's not even change your DP. Can you change it?" Then fight started. The person said, "I can't change it. Why must I change it?" Hey. So singles, you have enough tips so to know when you are treading dangerous grounds. If somebody is hiding, they don't want to let anybody know about their relationship with you, then be careful.
I would like to say something, Auntie. There is something that you said once that I will never forget. You said that when you're in a relationship, you are a detective, like you are CIA. Because the problem is that when people get into a relationship, we are all mushy, I love you, we take each other out on we take each other out on a date, everybody's just saying cozy. Glory.
Hallelujah.
The most important question that we are supposed to ask, we will not. I mean, you want to detect. It is until you see that okay, the person is no. Because even at that point, you are still trying to check because it's very important. You cannot leave. You cannot say, it's just it's not really that. It just happened once, or he just behaved like this once, or when he is with his friends, the way it's just when he's with his friends. So if he's not with his friends, he does not behave like that. He's a very calm, cool, collected person, but when he's with his friends like this, he used to lose it. Please, singles, when you are in a relationship, you are a detective. Don't forget, like if you do not take anything tonight, take that part that I am here, I am a detective, I am on a mission.
Exactly.
I just thought to chip that in.
Yes, so the single person in your relationship, don't be afraid to be CIA. Don't be afraid to be a detective. You need to snoop around. They say, don't, if you snoop, you are going to find something. That is the time you want to find. You guys are not married.
Yes.
If you are afraid to snoop to find now, what are you gaining? Snoop now. Find what you don't like and then know that, okay, this thing I don't like, if it's a deal breaker for you, then the deal is off. But you just say, let me just keep quiet and just not look so that I won't find something. Those things will come and bite you when you're married. So there is this thing that I saw in this person's in Sharon Oja's stuff. She explained how the guy was so sweet, how he was, showing her love like the guy was just all over, pampering, caring. And singles, please, this thing, there's something they call love bombing. Love bombing. Love bombing is when somebody is loving you intensely back. The person
choking you with love.
Just like I mean, before you finish celebrating one thing, then another one has come. The person is just like this, doing you like this. You are floating in the air like this is love. This is how
I can't breathe.
This is how life is supposed to be. See, it is good to experience love. Me, I am in a loving relationship. So I'm not saying that you should not be in a loving relationship. But what we want you to know is that you should watch out for love bombing. If somebody is love bombing you, try to slow things down. Try to slow things down. The person is just all over you and the person is saying, let's marry, let's marry. Slow down so that you can see. Because if somebody is love bombing you, it's hard to see. It's hard to see what is behind all this expression of intense love. Because life will not always be like that.
Exactly.
Life won't always be like that. But if it's for a short period of time, I can put in all my effort and love bomb you, sweep you off your feet. And then I will not even, when I sweep you off your feet like this, I will not let you fall down. I will just carry you and be swaying you like this, and you'll be like, see life. Be careful. Love bombing may be dangerous because it will not allow you to see clearly. So when you are being love bombed, just slow things down and say, okay, I know that we are both madly in love, but can we just chill a bit? That period you can use to breathe, and then you can use to still continue your CIA role and be doing the detective work because you want to be sure. And you know when you are doing your detective work, the question that you have asked before one time like this, You can just bring it again. Not, just like out of the blue. I just say, hey, you said when you were on campus, you used to attend, what's the name of that your fellowship that you used to attend? Say, hey, I used to attend RCF. Okay, RCF. Hey. You were at NESCO, Abi? Yeah. So maybe today, last time, the person said he was a drama coordinator. Now, he has become Bible study coordinator. You can know when there are discrepancies. You see, it's not that you are not you have trust issues, but at that time you are just trying to do your research. Yes. So, do we have questions? I think somebody was trying to share our experience on Instagram. She said that when I shared the story about the person that would not change the DP, that person said, I won't no reach my own self. So I thought maybe she would share with us what she experienced. But no worries, I can't see her. So do we have any questions, any contributions? Anybody wants to say anything? Hello? Okay, no worries. So there is a link that we have there. Will the link, I can see the link showing on YouTube. I don't know if it's showing on Facebook. The link you just shared.
I can't post it on. It's not allowing me to post it on Facebook.
Okay. Okay, so there is an assessment. So for singles that are here, and I mean, of course, anyone that will be watching later, we have this. Okay, she said. Okay, the lady wants to share on Instagram.
Okay.
And so she should just type it. I may not be able to add you on this. So you can just quickly just do a short.
Or do you want to share the link with her so that she can join?
Okay.
Yes.
If I can do that. Okay, so
yes.
Just give me 1 minute. So yeah, it will really be nice to have real examples. Okay, so I sent the link to join us in the studio now. So if you see it, click on it and then join us. Yeah, so there is an assessment. While we wait for her, there is a questionnaire that we put together for singles to help them check for their marriage readiness. The beautiful thing about this questionnaire is that it just helps you to think about different aspects of marriage preparation. I mean, when we say marriage preparation, it's not about taking ashwebi or which color theme you want to use. No, it's about how you want to mentally prepare, emotionally prepare, physically prepare, what you want to watch out for, and it just helps you to assess your readiness for that venture. So I'm also going to put the link in I'll put the link on Instagram. Inform, are you able to join? Because I can't see you. So maybe she's not able to join. Dara,
Yes.
the link, you said you can't put it on Facebook.
No,
Can
I
you
can't. But we can put it. I can put it under the comment section of the video afterwards.
afterwards? Okay. Okay. So we do that. We'll put the link. We'll put the link on the on the in the comment section after we end this, so that you are able to see it and do the assessment. Also, please help us share with singles in your network, so that they too can join, they can enjoy it. Yeah. So she's not here. She's not here. Oh, okay. She's here.
Can you see me?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
You are welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Do you want me to talk now?
Yeah, please go ahead. Just briefly share your experience.
Yes. You know, I always admire you and I like your programs. Well, let me tell you what happened. So I got married to this guy who, from my year 2 university, said that I was his wife. He told our late friend. And so we started, I left school in 2004, we connected in 2008. Then in 2014, we met at the airport and he was like, "Ufo, let's get married." You know, because it had always been a thing and he was asking me out in school. I dated him for 2 years. And, you know, my eldest sister got married, her marriage crashed. And she said, the best kind of people to marry is someone that has known you from time, that all these people just meet, they don't treat you well. So I took that word in. Then I was dating this, my husband, we now got married. You know, and he was like, after a while, he was like, "Before let's get married, we can't continue dating. And me, I was not in a hurry. So when people say don't rush, I was not even in a rush. My twin sister got married 5 years before me. So I was taking my time. But people were like putting pressure on phone, they're too tough. Why don't you just get married? I'm like, when in my time, I'll get married. Why did I marry him? Because he showed me love. He was consistent. Never did he say he's not doing again. So I got married to him. And hey, voila. Thinking I was marrying someone that was serious minded. We got married, and now after the traditional marriage, because we did traditional marriage, both of us lost our jobs when we got married. So I uploaded our pictures on his Facebook page. You know, that's excitement. Guess what happened? This guy went and deleted all the pictures. At that point, my sixth sense, let me say God, began to show me that, man, you don't enter one chance. You know? So apparently he didn't want people to know that we're married, you know, on social media. Guess what he was doing? He was always chatting women, telling them he wasn't married. Ah, man, I suffered. In fact, I had to send them, you know, some of them I'll send them pictures when I was pregnant of me pregnant and we're married. He said, we're not married. Ah, man, I tolerated it. I got married December 24, 2016. Then I just said, I worked in ExxonMobil for 7 years. That's my son, so sorry. So I just said, ExxonMobil taught us something. Step back 5 by 5. Map your exit strategy. I said, no. I am too much for all this. Imagine me every time I'm going online, I'm chatting girls, oh, I'm married, don't mind him. I'm like, this is not what I planned for at all. So trying to give birth, you know. And I said, this may be my escape route, but I wasn't sure. I didn't tell anyone, because my parents say, phone hanging there, blah, blah. I said, no. My friend Inka, he died as a result of bad marriage, so I wasn't ready to risk it. And this is the same Inka that was his friend as well, you know. So I said no. So it was a tough decision. So I came to give birth in America, and the nurses kept saying, "Don't go back to Nigeria. America has lots of opportunities." I said, "This may be God talking." So you know what? I decided to stay back. I stayed in my uncle's house for 3 months. Like, oh, fun, no matter what you're saying, you have to go back and make that marriage work. But I'd seen some things. My husband told me that he used to be in cult, but he had left. Only for me to get married. And, we used to go to this place to hang out. Something in me, it's good to serve God. It's good to know Jesus. Something in me started feeling uneasy. I'm like, this place, they didn't do anything funny. Okay, Shaka. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything funny. But then again, I went to my friend. I said, you don't see. Mama and I, we dey go one. Can I speak pidgin English or no? We go one place.
Sure.
I said, who is not agree with this place? She said, oh, fun. Now, Bukania people joined with that. Yeah, child of God like me. Voila. I got home, I told him, I said, what's going on? Why are you going back to your vomit? He said, I'm a proud Bukania. I just said, no, I don't feel safe. My life, this guy I called God, I can come and shoot gun in my house. No. I even traveled one time for like 2 weeks to America for a show because I already booked ahead. But I was like, don't go anywhere, don't let her go. But I already booked the trip. My husband was bringing women to our house and sleeping with them. I went through so much. He took me to the airport. He started calling me, babe, when are you coming back? I said, you're not serious now. Funny enough, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they were so good to me before marriage. All people are saying, check, browse. I did all of that. He was like, oh, marriage, this one, I will behave, I will do this, I will do that. Because me, I have integrity. If I say something, I will do it. I just found out I was just married to someone who wasn't even ready to be married. His ex-girlfriends was still keeping in touch with them. I'm like, no, I'm done. Pack my load. So I called him. I said, when you are ready for marriage, you meet me in America. Because my dad spent so much money to raise me. I cannot afford to just be like that. He was always going out every evening. Once it's 7 o'clock, we don't come out. That's how bad people behave. They had a joint. I said, what is all these things I saw them do in school? Like they're hiding. They now do it in the open. I said, I'm not doing it. That's how I ended up staying here. So thank you for this message. You are going to save lives. But you know what thing that the Bible says that God will not give us more than we can handle. God knows I can handle. I could have handled it. That's why He let me say. But thank God I'm no longer there. I'm here. Whenever He's ready to start mine and knows what He wants, He'll see me. If not, forward ever, backward never in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Let me leave. My son wants me to change his school.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You see from our story now. So what the guy was, a master at infidelity, and that's why he didn't want the pictures that they are married out
to be online,
so that he can keep pretending and deceiving some other people that he's single. So he didn't want the picture. So if anybody is just saying, don't put my pictures out there, I don't want my pictures out there, you need to dig deep and know why. Then the second thing she said is that the guy was a cultist when he was on campus, and he now said, oh, he's no more a cultist. So, but in marriage, he said, he now said he's a Buccaneer forever. So cultism that he practiced on campus, that he claimed he has stopped, he's still practicing the cultism. So your goal is to just make sure that you do your due diligence so that you don't end up where you don't want to be. I know some people will be out there, they say, see, even if you do due diligence, even if you do your assignment, you can still make mistakes, you can still miss it. Of course, true. Even if you are traveling and you use your seat belt, can you still not have accident?
You can.
You can, yes, but you will now not say because accident is still possible, then you will not use your seatbelt. That's what we are talking about. Do your own safety checks. Make sure your tires are good. You have your engine is in good condition before setting out on a road trip, and make sure you use your seatbelt. That is like going into marriage. Make sure you dot your I's and you cross your T's so that you can minimize accidents. It may not completely eliminate it, but it will minimize the impact on you.
And it can also reduce the impact.
Yes, to minimize the impact. So thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you, and we will be back next week with another very, very, very interesting topic. I can't wait. So thank you, and we will see you next week. So bye for now.
Bye.
We are good to end it, Abby.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Good, good, good. Um End stream.